straight on the thing again. Do you know how many knife marks are on here?
Oh my god, that does taste like gourmet Daim bars. Hello and welcome to Gabe in the Kitchen. Today we've got another super easy candy recipe. We're gonna be making toffee, traditional English toffee, also known as Daim bars. Daim bars? Daim bars?
Daim.
Daim bars. We'll start straight away. I've got here 1 cup of pecans. You need them chopped. So with a little bit of prep work, we're gonna chop the nuts. Well, let's quickly get these all. So these are chopped beautifully. I'm just gonna salt them a little bit. I'm gonna transfer onto a baking tray. This is very simple. You just wanna go 160 degrees C, 10 minutes. Keep an eye on them and turn them every now and then. The other thing we wanna do is grab yourself a baking tin. You want about a 9x9 or an 8x8. I've got an 8x8 here, so it's gonna be a little bit thicker, our toffee, but that's fine. If you want it a bit thinner, use the 9x9. Grab yourself a grease proof. Give it a good old squeeze. And then we can fit that beautifully in our
So basically what you did for the honeycomb.
Pretty much what I did for the honeycomb. And when you're happy with that, set it to the side. So the actual toffee is super simple. All you need is a thermometer and this will work 100% of the time. Grab yourself a cup. Right, if you guys don't have these cup measurements, it's so inexpensive, just get one. It makes your life so much easier. There's so many recipes out there that use cup measurements. So why, the digital scale is cool and all. I'll put the digital scale, the grams as well, but you might as well just get yourself a cup. Makes your life super, super simple. So grab a cup of sugar, straight in your pan. You're gonna need a cup of butter, which is about 226 grams. So I'm just gonna put that in there, chop it up just to make the melting process a little bit easier. Half teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna get that in there. Iodized salt is a little bit saltier, so I'm gonna hold off when I get to about 75%. So I'm gonna hold off about there, because that's plenty. If you're using sea salt, go ahead and use the whole half teaspoon. Sea salt is less harsh. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of water just to help things go along smoothly. It helps the sugar dissolve and melt more evenly. Onto the stove top and medium heat. We'll just stir that till it gets to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, this is gonna be your best friend. If you have a sugar thermometer, stick that straight in there. A probe is plenty. 300 degrees Fahrenheit, that's about 149 degrees Celsius. And that's all you need, and it's that simple. We'll just keep stirring it. This one you are allowed to stir. Most sugar recipes you're not allowed to touch it because it's gonna crystallize, but for this one you're more than free to stir. So these are finished toasting, and look how fragrant you can't really smell them, but look at that. That is beautiful. Woo! You just want to pour that straight into your prepared baking tin. Burnt my finger, so don't burn your finger. And then you want to just spread that right at the bottom like so, and our toffee is going to go right on top of that, and it's going to be gorgeous. Halfway through, you can see it's starting to gelatinize. But yeah, keep an eye on it, guys. Keep stirring. You should be fine as long as you have a thermometer. So this is what it looks like at 288. At this point, you want to make sure you keep stirring. You don't want to let this catch or it will burn in little corners. And now we've reached the magical 300. It can go a little bit over, but make sure it's reading a minimum of 300 in every single spot. That's how you know the whole mixture has reached 300 and you're not just getting like hot spots, While it's cooled just a little bit, so a few seconds, we're just gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla straight in there. But give that a vigorous stir. Onto our beautifully roasted nuts. They have such a good flavor. Jess, you tasted them, right?
I know.
Ooh! Let's pour this all over your nuts. Yeah, boy. And scrape it all in there. I'm just gonna gently spread. You can tilt the pan, but it sets quite quickly, so be quick with this, guys. We wanna cover all the corners as best as we can. You're gonna grab yourself a food processor. Grab yourself about a half cup of pecans. Pour that in there. And we're gonna do a very fine chop. Not powder, but chop. Bit finer than what we had at the bottom of our pecan toffee, but not quite as fine as a powder. Give it a Whoops. That's about what you're looking for. And that's gonna be sprinkled on top of our chocolate. Speaking of chocolate, we're gonna temper. Oh, we love tempering in this household. Now, a note on this. You don't need a mini food processor. You can go ahead and use a knife to chop that nice and fine. So I'm not gonna list that on our special equipment required because technically you do not need one. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure about 1 cup of chocolate. Straight in there.
-1.
-1. And I'll put a small handful aside. That's gonna help seed it later. Now, since we got this new, which is different to the Power 41, I've been having issues tempering it. I'm getting some weird, the blooming. It's a fat blooming. I don't know why, but it's happening. It hasn't affected the taste, but it just looks a bit annoying. So if anyone knows why that's happening, please let me know in the comments. It was fine. I'm doing the exact same thing. It was fine with this, but it's not fine with this. And I don't know why. Straight out of the microwave in 30-second bursts. If you want to see that, I'll leave a link to a video that goes into detail on how to do it. I'm just gonna put my seeding chocolate in there and I'll stir that till it's dissolved. And that's basically it. That's the microwave method. So I've just checked the surface temperature. It's 24 degrees C, which is lovely. You have to make sure it's less than 30 degrees C, guys. Then I'm just gonna split this open. Yeah, you'll notice I'm wearing the same thing because I'm cooking a lot on the same day. Anyway, I'm just gonna pour. Now you don't want too much chocolate on this because it will be a bit overpowering. We want the toffee to shine. So you just wanna pour the chocolate so you have a nice layer. And then start smoothing that chocolate all over the surface before it sets. So when you're happy with the spread, I'm just gonna add a pattern like so. Don't be anal about trying to get perfectly in all the corners and all that. Let the toffee shine where it wants to shine. And just give a light sprinkle all the way over the top. If you had flaky salt, now would be a good time to sprinkle some of that on here. When you're happy with the level of nuts you got on there, we're gonna let that set. It's already set because we had it in the fridge. And then we'll carve it when you're happy that your chocolate has fully set. So we'll give that a few minutes. Well, yeah, should only take a few minutes if you've tempered your chocolate properly. To carve your toffee, just snap them like that. It should be quite brittle. So it should.
He's straight on the thing again. Do you know how many knife marks are on here?
Not many.
This is new.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That does taste like gourmet Daim bars. Guys, this is probably one of the best candies, toffees, whatever you want to call it. That is impressively good. Woo, that's good. Oh, those pecans. Oh my God. That's good. That is really good. That is addictive. No, we should make more of these. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. If you like what you see, if we added some value, please leave a comment. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.